when they go into service. And you'll notice, especially with that craft, this one looks a bit naked compared to the in-service Army one that you'll see a bit later on, where they've got what they call theatre entry standards. That means you've got all the extra armour placed on the side of it, the reactive armour as protection, particularly going into a combat zone. And the Army looks at its vehicles nowadays in a very much more modular manner, in the sense of, depending on the threat level it's going to operate in, that's when they decide how much extra armour or what the key components they think are going to be needed to be added to the vehicles when it goes off to fight. So as I mentioned earlier, these are some of the vehicles that you may well see around our site at different times. We thought it was about the time we gave them a bit of an airing so you could actually see them in operation.
Now I've got my mark. Okay.
Now as the recovery vehicles head off, there'll be a short break, a very short break, because we'll be then at 11 o'clock. We'll be doing our tank pull challenge, and that's where we've got a number of military teams, including the Tank Museum, puts its own team out, and we'll be setting up in the arena, which will only take a couple of moments.
Wow.
The Jackal.
A bit fast.
The Jackal is the primary platform of the Royal Armoured Corps Light Cavalry Regiment and is used for tasks such as reconnaissance, rapid assault and fire support. It has the capacity to support itself and its crew of 3 for more than 800 kilometres. With a maximum speed of 80 miles an hour on roads or 55 miles an hour over rough terrain, it is a high mobility weapons platform with a unique suspension system which allows rapid movement across varying terrain. Jackal 2 is armed with a general purpose machine gun for crew protection and can carry either a heavy machine gun or a grenade machine gun as the main weapon system in the fire support role. This Jackal today is commanded by Corporal Roos, driven by Mr. Joynes of the Armoured Trials Development Unit based here in Bovington, with Sergeant Walker manning the heavy machine gun. The Scimitar. The Scimitar 2 is exceptionally low ground pressure and small size make it useful where the terrain is hostile and the movement is difficult. Scimitar carries a 30mm armed cannon and a 7.62mm coaxially mounted machine gun for self-defense. It is used by armoured cavalry regiments of the Royal Armoured Corps and the close reconnaissance troops and platoons of the armoured and armoured infantry battle groups. The Scimitar 2 and the CVRT fleet will be succeeded by the new Ajax family of vehicles, which is due to start its trials here in Bovington next year. The Scimitar 2 on display today is commanded by Mr. Dennis, driven by Lance Corporal Bett, both of the ATDU. These 2 vehicles are part of the lead cavalry battle group, tasked with detecting enemy activity along a known main supply route, or MSR. This recce group is some distance in front of the main body and will provide early warning of enemy activity. The recce group hears tracked vehicle noise in the distance and it is assessed that it is getting closer.
Hello, 0, this is Eagle 11 Alpha. Track vehicle noise to the west of my location. Approximately 3 to 4 vehicles which I assess to be enemy combat weapon patrol. Over. 0, out.
This recce group identify enemy recce vehicles on the MSR 1 kilometre to the west, but have been detected themselves, and enemy fire begins to fall close to their position.
Hello, 0, this is Eagle 11 Alpha. Contact enemy recce. Wait out.
Where did it fire?
Having done their job, the group extracts before they become decisively engaged. ladies and gentlemen, the Armoured Royal Engineers equipment. You will now see these Armoured Vehicles Royal Engineers, or AVREs, conduct tasks which enable the British Army to move, fight and survive. Titan will lay and recover a 24-metre number 10 bridge, which is capable of supporting an up-armoured and battle-ready Challenger 2 main battle tank. Titan is an armoured engineer vehicle. It's designed to enable troops and vehicles to cross gaps of up to 60 metres by laying a selection of close support bridges. Along with Trojan, it gives a common heavy armour fleet based on the carrying the current range of in-service close support bridges, providing ground manoeuvre formations with improved capability and giving them greater flexibility. This platform is commanded by Sergeant Roberts, driven by Sergeant Holding, and praised for members of the Combat Support Wing of the AFB Driving and Maintenance School here in Bovington. Concurrently, Terrier will clear battlefield obstacles placed by the enemy to slow down the advance and tunnel our force onto ground of their choosing. Wow. The Terrier AFB Armoured Digger is the Army's most advanced engineering vehicle. Despite weighing 30 tons, Terrier is an agile and versatile piece of equipment that can reach speeds of almost 50 miles per hour. On-board cameras and thermal imaging technology, providing soldiers with a 360-degree surveillance capability that can be used day and night. The technology used in Terrier is so advanced that the vehicle can be operated by remote control, enabling soldiers to clear routes from a safe distance. Terrier today is commanded by Sergeant McKay and driven by Sergeant McLaughlin, both of which are part of the Combat Support Wing of the AFB Driving and Maintenance School. Trojan will deploy and recover a set of systems which can be used to enable armour to cross large cities. Trojan is an armoured engineer vehicle designed to open routes through complex battlefield obstacles and clear a path through minefields. This standard equipment configuration includes a dozer blade, a mine plough, a full-wing mine plough can be mounted at the front to clear mines, and the lane marking system can also be fitted. Trojan can also carry proceeds to fill ditches and tow a Titan trailer which contains a rocket-propelled mine-clearing system. Improved visibility is achieved by incorporating direct and indirect vision devices with low-light image intensifying and thermal imaging capabilities. Trojan is commanded by Staff Sergeant Brady and driven by Sergeant Hicks, both of which, as before, are members of the Combat Support Wing of the D&M School. The field troop for Royal Engineers in the Armoured Engineer Squadron have located a series of anti-tank mines placed by the enemy and are preparing to carry out a controlled explosion to clear the route of the threat they pose.
Hello, Zero, this is Echo 20 Alpha. A controlled explosion at grid at Sierra Tango 795 and 248 is figures 1 over. And Zero, have a reckon, out.
say farewell to the excellent display by the Royal Engineers. Shortly to come in will be the Royal Artillery selection of AFBs. Stand by.
It's 100% his.
No, I don't know what it is. They are too.
Shoot.
They can fly around.
The Stormer vehicle is part of this CVRT family and carries the Starstreak High Velocity Missile System. Longer than the standard CVRT chassis, Stormer has 8 rounds of Starstreak missiles ready to fire, with a further 12 missiles carried in the hull. Stormer is fitted with a roof-mounted air defense alerting device, ADAS. The ADAS infrared scanner and processor provide target detection and prioritization, and the system automatically slews the weapon sight onto the target. The Starstreak High Velocity Missile, the HVM, is designed to counter threats from very high performance, low flying aircraft and fast pop-up strikes by helicopters. The missile, which travels at more than 3 times the speed of sound, uses a system of 3 shot-like projectiles, allowing multiple hits on the target. The HVM can be fired from the shoulder, from a lightweight multiple launcher, or from the Stormer armoured vehicle. The Stormer today is commanded by Sergeant Pollard and driven by Sergeant Waterman, based again from the Combat Support Wing of the AFB Driving and Maintenance School. AS-90 is a 155mm self-propelled gun that equips the 3 field regiments of the Royal Horse Artillery and the Royal Artillery. The AS-90 is fitted with a 155mm 39 caliber gun barrel. 2 AS-90 guns are able to deliver a total payload of 260 kilograms of ammunition onto a single target in less than 10 seconds. An automated loading system enables the gun to fire with a burst rate of 3 rounds in fewer than 10 seconds, an intense rate of 6 rounds a minute for 3 minutes, and a sustained rate of 2 rounds a minute. The gun is equipped with a recoil and hydrogas suspension system, which allows the turret to traverse and fire through a full 360 degrees. This AS-90 is commanded by Sergeant Henrik and driven by Sergeant Mate. And once again, they're from the Combat Support Wing of the AFB Driving and Maintenance School. AS-90s are grouped into batteries of 4 to 6 guns and often work from dispersed locations to reduce the chances of them being detected and destroyed by enemy aircraft or artillery fire. In this scenario, the gun has been afforded air defense protection in the form of the Stormer Fire Unit as it transits the Artillery Movement Area, or AMA. The Stormer is part of a layered air defense system, and its primary target will be attack helicopters and ground attack aircraft flying at low levels. An armoured recce call sign has just requested the battery to conduct an emergency or danger close fire mission, as they assess they may be overrun by enemy armour and infantry. Danger close is the term used when friendly call signs are inside the danger area of a fire mission. This AS-90 is now into action and ready to fire.
Hello, Kilo 1-1, this is Eagle 1-2 Alpha, fire mission over. Kilo 1-1, fire mission over. Agreed, Sierra Uniform 798 471. 200 mils, enemy armour and infantry in the open. Neutralised now for 2 minutes, over. Grid, Sierra Uniform 798471. Direction 1200 mils. Enemy armour and infantry in the open. Neutralised now for 2 minutes, out.
No, you can watch. You'll still hear it, whether you're watching it or not. You can see the gun moving. Come on.
Once it has fired the mission, the AS-90 will have to move location quickly, as enemy weapon locating radars can determine the origin of the firing point and fire their artillery at it in a matter of minutes. Unfortunately, the AS-90 has developed automotive problems en route to its next gun line.
Hello, Eagle 17 Alpha. This is Eagle 12 Alpha. I have developed an automotive problems and require extraction to ETCP. My location is grid Sierra Uniform 176395. Over. Eagle 17 Alpha, Roger. ETA at your location, 1 minute out.
The Challenger Armoured Repair and Recovery Vehicle, known as the CRAV, is a highly evolved armoured vehicle designed to recover and repair damaged tanks on the battlefield. The CRAV is based on the Challenger 1 main battle tank. Instead of armament, this military vehicle is fitted with a powerful winch, front-mounted dozer blade, and an Atlas hydraulically operated crane capable of lifting a complete Challenger 2 power pack. It is protected by a single 7.62mm general purpose machine gun which is operated by the commander. The CRAV can also provide maintenance service or tow stricken vehicles to assembly points or maintenance units. Such vehicles operate on the front line, where there are no fixed repair or overhaul facilities. This car on display is commanded by Corporal Harkers, driven by Corporal George, and crewed by Lance Corporal Davis. And all of them are members of the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineer section of the 80DU here based in Bovington.
No. Yeah, it's nothing. He's a civilian.
So what you will see happening now is that the crew is dismounted. They're going to connect the craft to the AS-90 with what we call wishbones. It requires a bit of time and they've got to be careful so they don't get trapped between the two vehicles. And while this is happening, I will introduce you to the Warrior 513 that is shortly to come on to the arena. Warrior variants include the Artillery Observation Post Vehicle, or OPV, the Command Post Vehicle, CPV, and in this case, a REME Recovery and Repair Vehicle. All variants are equipped with a 7.62mm main gun, and this is known as the Warrior 513 Recovery Vehicle. This vehicle is operated by the REME personnel in both armoured and armoured infantry battle groups. It is equipped with a 20-ton winch, a 6.5-ton crane, plus power tool, and is able to tow a trailer carrying 2 Warrior power packs. The Warrior 513 TES on display today is commanded by Corporal Taylor and driven by Lance Corporal Paul. Both are members of the REMI section of the Armoured Trials and Development Unit here in Bollington. You will now see that the recovery process is taking part with the craft crew and the AS-90 who are connecting up the wishbones. It requires a bit of work to make sure that it's accurate, as it's dangerous work there behind the vehicle. It should be noted that whilst the Warrior 513 TS goes round, this vehicle is part of both the Armoured Squadron and Armoured Infantry companies that have this vehicle in their fleet to support recovery when required. This Warrior 513 will now provide intimate protection to the craft as it struggles to extract the AS-90. You can imagine the bravery and skill required by the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers team on the craft under battlefield conditions to repair and recover vehicles. A technique that has a long history going back to the campaign in Northwest Europe in 1944 to 45. A vast majority of the knocked out tanks were recovered by REMI personnel, and they were repaired and put back in action. That tradition is continued today by the crews of these armoured recovery vehicles, and no armoured formation could exist without these skilled engineers. And as the craft crew is now connected up their wishbone, they're ready to depart and get the repair work required on the AS-90 underway. Completes its recovery of the AS-90, escorted by the Warrior. The final part of the British Army display today will get underway. Challenger 2 is the British Army's main battle tank. It has served with distinction on operations in Kosovo and Iraq. Only 5% of Challenger 2 components are interchangeable with its predecessor, the Challenger 1. It has had more than 150 major modifications, including a completely new turret, the L-30 120mm gun, and second generation column armour. Displays a magnified image for the commander and the gunner. The commander has a gyro-stabilized panoramic sight complete with a laser rangefinder and thermal imager. Above the loader's hatch is a remote weapon station which is fitted with a 7.62mm GPMG. The Army currently has 3 armoured regiments, each equipped with 56 Challenger 2s, organised into 3 squadrons of 18 tanks, with 2 tanks in the commanding officer's tactical headquarters. This platform is the theatre entry standard platform, known colloquially as Megatron, and is being driven today by Corporal Barton. In the gunner's seat is the Commando Corporal Hatfield. It should be noted that the loader today is Lance Corporal Abbott of the Royal Wessex Yeomanry, a reservist. Challenger 2.
Try and struggle.
The Warrior 510. The Warrior infantry fighting vehicle has the speed and performance to keep up the Challenger 2 main battle tanks over the most difficult terrain, and the firepower and armour to support infantry in the assault. The Warrior family of armoured vehicles entered service in 1988 and has been highly successful with armoured infantry battle groups in the Gulf War, Bosnia, Kosovo, Iraq and of course Afghanistan. They provide excellent mobility and survivability for the infantry and enable key elements from the Royal Artillery and the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers to operate effectively within the armoured battle group. Warrior can be fitted with enhanced armour and is continuously being updated. The version in front of you today is the current theatre entry standard. Warrior Infantry Command and Section vehicles are fitted with a turret and is mounting a 30mm rod cannon that will defeat light armoured vehicles out to a range of 1,500 metres. The Warrior on display today is commanded by Fusilier Girls and Corporal Filioga. All are members of the infantry fighting vehicle section of the infantry. It is shortly before HR, and the Armoured Squadron Company Group are about to launch from the forming up point, and the fire plan is being executed.
Which one? That one?
That's it.
I don't know.
The battle group commanding officer counts down to HR.
Hello, Charlie, Charlie 1, this is 0 Alpha. HR is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go.
The assault tanks bypass the enemy objective and form a ring of steel to isolate it from reinforcement. The intermittent support tank, which you can see here, lead the armoured infantry onto the objective. An enemy trench has been identified by the Challenger 2 and it is being passed to the armoured infantry platoon commander who are expected to clear it.
Hello, Indian 3-1 Alpha, this is Tango 1-2 Alpha. Reference to my gun barrel at 50 metres, enemy trench with 2 times dispatch. I am suppressing approach from the north. Over. Alpha, Roger, out.
The Challenger 2 provides overwatch to the infantry section and their Warrior as they commence their assault. You can see how close the Warrior gets to the enemy trench before dismounting his section. All is to dismount spend the least amount of time as possible in the open.
India 3-1 Alpha, this is Zulu 3-1 Charlie. My dismount, our solid on the position now, over. India 3-1 Alpha, Roger, out.
Smoke grenade.
Once the far trench has been cleared, the section remounts their Warrior as soon as possible and prepare to be tasked to clear another position.
Hello India 3-1 Alpha, this is Zulu 3-1 Charlie. Position clear, over. India 3-1 Alpha, Roger. Depth position identified by Tango call sign. Move now to grid Sierra Yankee 835672, over. Roger, I'm moving now, out.
Whoa! They've done another one. Another smoke grenade, look. Uh-oh. In trouble now.
I know that.
Oh, those are the soldiers. Grenade, isn't it? Well, well, they're getting away from the smoke grenade.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as the Warrior crew re-embarks and goes on to their next task, that is just a little vignette that sets the scene of how two fighting vehicles combine together. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is Armed Forces Weekend this weekend. And all vehicles you've just seen displaying and giving a clue of what they do are now going to parade around the arena. A special guest vehicle and a very warm welcome to the Netherlands Army Leopard 2. And the reason they're part of this parade is because today it is also the Netherlands Armed Forces Day. So, ladies and gentlemen, to lead the lap, the Challenger 2 will set off. Please can I ask that you rise to your feet and greet our armed forces who train so hard to keep us safe, and remember the veterans and those who have been less fortunate than the current generation. Ladies and gentlemen, the British Army display is now coming to a close. Please show your appreciation for all that they do. the combat and Army headquarters.